The weather southwest of Atlanta is sure heating up, but how is the real estate market reacting? Let's talk about that. As the market shifts, we wanted to take a step back and elaborate on what we're seeing. This video will be a quick one with numbers. If you would prefer to give us a call and discuss how this impacts you specifically, we would love to hear from you. Just give us a call. Let's start by looking at Fayette and Coweta counties together. This last June saw 426 properties sell. That was a 28% increase over last year. The median price remained roughly the same. However, the days on market, that is the time that a property is listed until the time it goes under contract, jumped from 25 all the way to 42 days on market. And that's a 68% increase. That suggests that there's a softening in the market and that buyers are able to be a little bit more picky. The original list price to sales price ratio also dipped from 98% to 96.8%, further showing that buyers have a little bit more buying power than they did in previous years. The takeaway is that the inventory is moving, but sellers need to price carefully, need to price it appropriate, and this is becoming a beauty contest. Not so much as when years ago you stuck a sign in the yard and you had 8 offers within a handful of days. Having said that, we're not quite in a buyer's market, but we're in a much stronger buyer's market than the extremely heavy seller's market that we came from a couple years ago. When we look at Peachtree City specifically, the sales again rose 34%. The median price in Peachtree City actually increased by 11%, all the way up to $575. The days on market only went up by 5 days, which is a lot less than the general area. And the original list price to sales price went from 97.8 to 96.2. So when you see that increase in the median price and the decrease in the original list price to sales price, what we were seeing is a lot of people kept really listing higher, and buyers were able to come in and still get the house at a reasonable value. So Peachtree City has always been the most desirable area around here, so things typically sell faster, they typically sell for more. But the takeaway is that the buyers now have a little bit more breathing room than they used to. Not a lot, but some. When we look at Fayetteville, the sales increased by 35%. The median, however, dropped 8.8%. However, that looks to be a monthly anomaly. When we look at Q2 of last year with Q2 of this year, it was relatively the same. When we look at Newnan, once again, the sales volume has increased. The median price has increased by 40%, and the days of market have gone from 28 to 48. That's a 20-day jump. The original listing price to sales price dropped to 96.6. So this shows that buyers are able to actually shop, look around, determine what they want to buy, and then make a reasonable offer and have a decent chance of it getting accepted. So across the board, we're seeing more homes sold, a slight increase in median price, a decent increase in days on market, and a bit of a decrease in the original list price to sales price. All this means that it is a market that is softening. It is absolutely not a market that is collapsing or regressing, despite what 1 month in Fayetteville showed. And it means that buyers now have the ability to take their time, shop around, make a reasonable offer. Again, if you would love to talk about how this impacts you, whether you're buying or selling, please give us a call. We'd love to help out. So I hope this was helpful. I know it was a quick rundown and numbers-based, which is not always exciting. But don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and check out this next video. And until next time, bye.